Hello and welcome to the Punters Show. It is a little bit later on a Monday that it's online, but it's because we've been out at the official 2-year-old trials. Matthew Taylor, Glenn Pollitt and Mark Lambourne. Good afternoon, which is strange to say for the Punters Show.
They're official because there was a cafe open.
The cafe was open, so they're official, but...
thanks to Inglis for that, free coffee.
Free coffee,
free pastries for the first hour.
Yeah, that's
I had
great.
to pay for the second one.
You're lovely. What did you think? Firstly, Glenn, what did you think of the trials?
Pretty ho-hum.
Yeah.
Pretty boring lot.
Yes.
Noticeably, Gay had one horse which won and one which ran second, but her horses were primed up like they usually are.
And that's probably why it's become ho-hum, because she would normally have one or two of the stars, and her horses were generally...
No one started.
Yeah.
Got a couple of nice horses.
Yeah, and her horses were generally a lot less forward than they would be at these trials.
I saw Scott's England trainer win, which was great to see.
Gary Nixon.
Our
man. Yes, yeah.
Tiger Holland used to be good at the 2-year-old trials too.
You know,
And Betty Lane.
All the horses.
Wow.
Betty Lane, that's right.
Beautiful.
There wasn't much betting being done. So.
I think that the two that I'd like to talk about, Glenn, the fillies looked a lot weaker than the colts, but going forward, they'd run no time. These are the only ones we'll talk about because we'll do it more. But Slumber Party and Angarad, if that's how you pronounce it, from the blue colours, they were both pregnant. Slumber Party about 9 months pregnant, the other one about 6 months pregnant.
How do you get pregnant when you're so young?
Oh,
you don't see 9-year-old girls with...
No,
but hang on, what about the 6-year-olds walking around with thunder thighs?
What about
and you get the other kids...
hormones in chicken, Mark?
You think about 6-year-olds?
It's the internet.
It's
You know,
the
we've got
AstroTurf.
7-year-old boys at school that need bras.
Yeah.
And to all the parents out there, fuck you, disgust me the way you get your kids looking like that.
Yeah.
Get them parading right like me.
Yeah, exactly.
Make a baked bean sandwich.
Yeah.
It's right, so, but I mean, owners don't get to train their own horses. Maybe parents shouldn't get to raise their own kids.
Fair point. We saw a good example
Instead
of
we
that.
bar kids and just like the end of the world.
You need a parenting license. I've been pushing for that for ages.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, no.
Anyone can throw one in.
Well,
That's good from you, Matt.
Oh no, you've got to be a qualified human to be able to
gotta-
bring up
oh,
another
Jesus.
one.
You've got to have a license to
Hang on.
fish.
Something's happened over the weekend.
Yeah, I'm off.
Something.
I'm off the
Matt.
Are you gonna get-
No, it's alright.
You got to have a license to fish, Dallas.
I know, exactly.
Anyway, anybody can.
You can have a license to
be
drive,
full
apparently,
of
too, Glenn. You sometimes don't worry about that.
Valid.
All right, okay. Let's get into the man of the match and the old dogs. The old dogs, right?
Chipping away.
Yeah, we sent out the memo. We just said,
Who's
look,
the
we're
old
just
dog?
gonna run dead.
The old dogs.
We just had to run dead.
It's not pretty good too.
Huh?
You've been
Wyong was huge yesterday for Mark.
Well, and also Pearl. I had pearls on top, $4.50.
Yeah.
Wow, well done, Mark.
Yeah.
I had a second pick from the mounting yard.
Yeah, and
said, to be honest.
Yeah,
It was $15.
And T. Griffin, he just went, oh yeah, pearls from Brisbane Horse from Kimberley Star.
Did he?
Yeah, T. Griffin, well done.
Yeah,
But T. Griffin can't
He
bet.
said Rebel Dane was looking outstanding.
Yeah.
It looked outstanding.
That was great mounting yard mail.
That was.
That
Tell you
was.
what
we
was
know that.
outstanding was
Yeah.
the gun.
Oh,
Have you seen a better ride ever?
That
it
is
was
just-
millimetre perfect.
Just how he said to Karen, you're just going to stay there.
Go back in the tape.
Oh,
Go
Karen
back to
already put himself.
Yeah, but he made sure. Karen opened the door, gun closed it.
Karen opened the door, went
And
in,
when,
had a look
Yeah,
around,
and
went,
then just
oh,
go-
this is nice.
Yeah.
the preferment race just quickly. The 8800 matched at the $1.01 Magic Hurricane.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah,
The
sick.
$1.01 punters, can you come on the show?
Yeah.
You are my fucking heroes because anyone that can take a $1.01 and go in the run and put the bets on, I'm so proud of those punters.
We'll talk about the review in a sec because we want to get through this because it's late and we've got things to do. But yeah, so Mark and Glenn, good man of the match performances. And everything else was pretty much a win on points just across the board generally, wasn't it, Matt?
They were all winning. John Walter's set was good. Darren's set was good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you look at all these sets? Check them out, see how they go.
Yeah.
Tick them off.
There's a
Where do
few
you find the
that-
time?
Yeah, I don't know where you do.
No, I just brushed through them afterwards.
Yeah,
I don't
just
see
see
It was
because
like 5 minutes.
yeah, because they all got units, so it's pretty hard,
Yeah.
easy to
You can work it out
It's just
thereabouts.
hard to find 5 minutes in a racing week at
Yeah.
this time of year.
Yeah, exactly. That's a fair point. And
You're going to
especially
miss your first race probably for a long time.
Where?
First at Goulburn.
Are you going?
I'm not going, but I'm going to go watch them.
Yeah.
They're over there. What about Goulburn? They're racing at Goulburn. Look, we've got Mounting Yard Mail over here.
Yeah, you got the flux.
You got the flux. It's the best service I've ever seen at Randwick ever. The joint's empty.
Is the auditorium open?
the audio will be
Oh,
open.
but look, it's completely
I know,
empty.
I know.
And look,
Yeah.
look, all the speakers are working.
Yeah, we've had to move from inside because the
fucking
music
the
came
best.
on. It's unbelievable. Randwick, when no one's here, come out, try it. What I just want to mention, one spruik, IVR packages, Matt, are available. It's the time of year to really get into your racing, obviously, and hopefully everyone's getting a little bit excited with the spring coming up. Best way to do your reviews is from the IVR breakdowns, which be online probably Tuesdays, being carnivals or thereabouts.
Yeah.
For Melbourne and Sydney, we've got packages available to take you through the carnival. I know the double is $8.80, which will get you the last 4 weeks as well too. So if you sign up, you'll get straight up to speed with them and be ready to rock and to use them in all your form processes. And the single ones were $4.50 or something like that. Yeah, $4.49.
Yeah.
So just go to the site, jump on board with the IVR reviews. It is a really good way to get a really good feel for what the races have done and what the strong form races are, what some forgive runs are, what some merit runs that have had too much help to them. You'll get all of that by understanding the IVR, and it's all in a very easy to read format. So you don't have to be Vince and know every sectional breakdown.
Pretty much a one-page summary. You've got all the numbers and you got all the comments.
You got the numbers which are there, which are supported by the comments, and you'll get to know what those numbers mean very, very quickly.
Yep.
So, especially with the back issues
What
too.
does IVR even mean? When we get pregnant?
Incremental velocity ratings.
Oh, do we sell it, do we?
Yeah, it's Vince's.
Why don't I get it?
You do. It's the you know this thing that comes into your email probably every week you delete?
I delete it.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. With
I
all,
do delete.
with all the other sets you get that you delete.
I
Yeah.
just delete everything.
And all the text messages.
Yeah,
delete.
Yeah, well, see, they cost money. Anyway, that's the spruik, IVR. Time to jump on board with the Vince stuff with the review and really get into the carnival.
Yeah.
All right, General, we've had a big week, boys. Well, the big week gets bigger. Brent Zarafa is joining Gary Clark, Robbie Waterhouse, a few
big
others,
names.
Murray Connellan, that filthy, dirty person who had $5 bets.
Where's his sentence been handled?
He has been warned off for 3 months.
Warned off.
Warned off.
It's been warned off. But look, the only thing they got wrong is honestly,
that's so funny,
they should have made him have a bet in every race and warned him on for 3 months
Yeah.
and made him go
Into
to
the ring.
6 meetings.
Yeah, exactly.
And
yeah.
really
Just say, here's Pollitt, you're going with
What
him.
have they done to him? They give him 3 months on the beach. But it has made him
He's
a
going
touch
to do his head in.
unemployable.
Well, it's very hard for Brent, who was going down the good path, to get a job in racing now being warned off. I mean, warned off's a pretty high charge
What
in
about
racing,
someone
isn't it?
like Wide World of Sports? Can he do the Richard Freeman thing and go that way? Not Richard Freeman, Richard
Canada.
Richard.
Well, no, well, I don't know. I don't know.
We have to find.
I mean,
find a
he's
job.
got. It's a very
Fine,
serious tarnish of it. Matthew, can you please read this?
Only because those corporate types will forever be corporate types, won't they?
Yeah.
Corporate time. We haven't got any
Oh,
money to
Michael
give it
Sullivan
to.
was in the ring the other day. I'm coming back to the ring, he said.
Really?
He didn't really say, did he?
Yeah, no, there was some thought about that. What was his official line for Mr. Murray, please, Matthew?
Look, I'll have to dig it out, but
Can you please?
it was
No, we'll get it word for word.
Get it
Okay.
well, yeah, because
Yeah,
I
we
want to
gotta
be careful about
We
this.
don't want to be careful.
Yeah,
Next thing
yeah.
we get warned.
Imagine what happens, right? And you've got to be very careful here too. Can you imagine if Glenn or I went in front of the stewards on a valid thing? How long would we get?
They give me 563 years, 8 lashings of the cane, and testicles removed.
I'd be just straight on the boat to
So
Bali.
the report I got from inside the room was, quote, "We find," this is Ray Murray or whoever handed down the sentence, said, "We find that you didn't deliberately throw off, but 3 months." So work that out. Apparently the barrister, BZ's barrister, is just...
Yeah.
He asked him to repeat it.
Yeah, and explain it?
And he said the same thing.
Okay.
You didn't deliberately throw off.
Okay.
So well
So
done.
what did he do?
What did he do? No. Well, let's just let it absorb. Now, I should make the point too. This is the stewards finding the charge that they levied against Brent.
Yeah.
They're upholding their own charge, and then they're issuing the penalty on the charge that they upheld, which they're always going
Bringing
to
the
say.
game into disrepute.
Oh, no,
which
it
one
is.
would have done.
No, it's not came into disrepute. What is it? It's something along those lines.
Well, so the $1.01 punters lost on Magic Hurricanes, but they've just
collected on Brent.
the
But the
stewards
real
upholding
fight
their
now
own
happens with the
Yeah.
appeal in front of the board of 3 people who aren't stewards.
Yeah.
So we go around again, but still, it's you know, it's
It does seem. It's
costing Brent a bit of money.
I've got to say, it does seem particularly hateful.
It just seems nasty, doesn't
I
it?
think it seems a bit
It
mean.
seems targeted.
He
and
seems a
they've-
very nice boy, Brent.
Yeah.
He doesn't do too much.
And I thought-
don't know, he doesn't seem willing at all.
And he had moved towards the goodies, the good side too. I thought he was part of them. I thought they would have, you know. Anyway.
I think there's a power battle going on internally with the stewards.
You're a bit of a goss man, aren't
Yeah,
you?
I've got the
there's
mail.
something.
I've got the mail.
Something's
You put
happened
the
there.
chairs out in a little funny arrangement. There you go. Are you sure you're heterosexual?
What about? Does anyone want to take home one of these
Yeah, I
Coldec
might.
optic
Yeah.
white
No, don't say that. We'll get warned off, Mark. Warmed off, threatening to
What are they
steal.
going to do with them?
And Kermadec won the Optic White race on the George Main, was it?
Yep, there it is. Okay, all right. Moving to other general issues anyway. So let's hope the common sense prevails with Brent's appeal.
Yes.
I'm sure the stewards quite like him.
Well, they're showing that they really have a fondness for him, aren't they? They've just ruined his career.
Well, they really hate Camilleri and the whole coach.
Yeah.
So I think the issue is they think Zarafa and Camilleri are like this, and I think they've got that part wrong completely. Anyway.
Wow. Anyway,
Yeah,
it's all
they're
very
more
sad.
Peter Moody. He
Another good man.
He had well, whatever
Blows up a bit, doesn't he?
whatever you think, thank God that somebody's come out and had a go. He's had a go. He's come out, whether you think he's right, wrong, or indifferent. This is, I gather, and from the response from the trainers are getting as frustrated with officialdom as we as punters are. Peter Snowden's made a big comment in Nick's thing, which I wrote in an article.
Snowden made a comment.
Peter Snowden came out and said, "I don't know if they have the awareness to be what they should be doing," or something along those
Chris
lines.
Waller came out
What?
Yeah,
that Wednesday.
He came
So I
out.
got had two Brooklyn
Matthew.
trainers come out.
Wednesday, like a few hours after Moody made the announcement, Chris said, "I want to."
Chris was a breakthrough. Moody was a breakthrough.
I got the
I wanna
shin cancer
support.
coming back.
Yeah.
I want to support.
No,
I'm supporting his comments. The logic of the rule seems like it's not there, and blah blah blah.
So, and there's some. I mean, Peter
What
Snowden.
did Moody actually say?
Oh well, Peter basically came out and said that he thought that the fact that the horse had to be scratched with having mud on it, which is nothing, is ridiculous. Fine him, give him a fine. It's a $400 or $500 fine. They put Poulter. It's an accident for Christ's sake. Putting Savlon on a wound is going to make you run faster. So it's stupid. That's stupid. There.
I thought it was race day treatment.
Right, it was race day treatment, but So
What if you hose a horse down? Is that race day treatment?
well, Nick wrote in his column that a trainer was prevented from icing up a horse on course because that's race day treatment.
Dallas, I'm down the parade ring all the time, and sometimes we go to the back stables, like especially out in the bush. You like to go around and you see old mate, blah blah blah. And a lot of horses before the races, as you meant, this is what happens with horses. They get saddles on, and they get a bit flighty, they get a bit nervous, and they shit themselves really bad.
Yeah.
They really go. It goes everywhere. Now, you're paying the bills. You own the horse. Do you want to come out with the shit dripping down the back of its legs, right everywhere, and just shit? What the trainers do, they hosed right from the back of the thing, and they hose down the back of the legs. The saddle's still on, they hose it down and they hose it away. Isn't that race day treatment?
Hosing of shit. Well, if you can't put ice on a horse's legs after it's run...
Ice is water.
Yeah, water, exactly.
So where's the line?
Yeah, but they're not talking about medicinal treatment. They're talking about all kinds
It
of
might be magic water.
Yeah. The magic sponge.
Magic
Ray, it got Ray Price off the ground a few
NRL
times.
players, you knocked out, sniff this. Oh, mate.
Yeah.
What a game.
Anyway.
It's that time of year, isn't it?
Yeah, so well done to Peter Moody for having a go, and well done for the trainers for supporting him. The comments seem that they're getting as frustrated with the administration as we have.
How many inquiries are on at the moment?
All right, well, we've got the stewards. Now, I think one of the big points about the whole thing is who are investigating this or overseeing the stewards to say they've done the right thing with the Brent Zarafa case. Who's policing the police?
Yeah, who are the custodians?
Who's sitting over Mr. Murray here and his team? I know obviously that'd be El Capitano's job, but who's actually there looking at it going word for word, page by page, dollar by dollar spent, yeah, you're doing the right thing or you're doing the wrong thing? Where's their checks and balances?
That's right. Well, where's the referees' judicial?
Yeah.
Referees oversight.
That's right.
You guys don't get to as many meetings as me, but I was at Wyong yesterday. Of course,
Thank God.
they're about to bet. I'm bet faring right to the last minute, like betting, and of course they're halfway home because there's no encore sound for the first half of the race. Which
That's still the case.
it's 5 meetings in a row now.
Only 5.
5 meetings at Wyong in a row. The first race is jumped. No one checks the sound, and you go, oh yes, yeah, well the sound. It's like it's 1886, and then race 2 comes on. Horse shift out. There's a protest, and it goes, I'll protest. The tab blue boys go up and we're paying. And so I go to the stewards. I said, oh listen boys, how's that protest going? Oh yeah, it's going well. Plenty off. I said, the tab's paying. And so the young steward runs out. He looks white. He runs out with the tab. Stop paying! Stop paying! And the old tab girls are going, come on, we're just doing our job.
Yeah, we don't
So
really,
then
we don't
I'm
control
on
whether
the
we're
second
paying
horse
or
for
not.
11,000. So the steward goes back, and I'm thinking, it really doesn't help my steward decision here. This doesn't.
Yeah.
No,
I've never seen dismiss come through so quick after
Yeah.
that. And I'm like there at the races, and that's race 2, and I'm going, Is it 18, 14? Are we just going further back in time?
Yeah.
It's like, it's a madness game.
No,
Yeah, but
exactly.
it is a Sunday, so everyone's
Well,
off.
everything seems to be working particularly well here today. All the flux are coming.
Considering the screen hasn't worked for the last 5 meetings. Oh, hang on.
Oh, the screen went
hang on.
off.
They heard you talk about it. They just turned it off. They said, "That's it. You
The
follow it."
screen went off on Saturday.
Yeah.
And what about? Did you see the police here on Saturday? Did you see the flux?
Yeah.
I know.
Arabic.
The flux were going the other way.
Inverted,
Yeah.
They inverted the flux. So
So
the
they-
flux usually read left to right. Saturday they were right to
Yeah,
left.
but Glenn,
And you
Glenn,
go,
it wasn't even reading that. They did say current price,
Yeah,
opening
no,
price.
no,
So
no,
you
no.
did, it wasn't just you assuming that. They did
Oh.
actually mention that. So it was Arabic prices.
It's the mystery, the mystique of the punt.
It's great, isn't it?
Great, is it?
It's just
Honestly, is this car? And then, of course, the all-time thing is last race Wednesday, Dirty Filthy Waller trained Merv 8 the last minute and Para backed it.
Is that right?
Para backed
No
Merv
way.
8 on
Para
Wednesday.
backed Waller.
And he went, "Oh, you beauty." And someone said, "Para, you just backed Waller." He went, "Oh, no." Because he only backs 4 and 8 in the last. There his lucky
Yeah.
numbers.
Yeah.
Number 4 one. But that was the highlight of the week. Para
Para
backing
backing
a Waller
Waller.
runner. God,
Waller.
that's funny.
Yeah.
What a game.
Beautiful. We'll talk about the barriers later. Malcolm Turnbull became Prime Minister. We'll leave that. Daddy Nikolic has been warned off by the police too, and they don't want him to come back on. That was probably after we called for him to be allowed back on.
What have you been warned off by the police?
Well, the police have said he can't go onto the racetrack, so he's got.
What, because they must have some transcripts of...
Well, yeah, who knows? I'd imagine it stems from something or other. But as he said, put up or shut up.
He's hard not to like that.
Oh, isn't he right? Bring Daddy to Sydney.
Could be hosting the Melbourne version. of
Melbourne
Punters.
Butter Show. Well, I think from what I can gather, he's trying to get a license in Brisbane, and Melbourne have just said go away. And I think he's.
Oh, well, when he's done his time, can't he get a job in Melbourne? Can't he get his licence back in Melbourne?
I'm not sure. Well, I think he's done his time, but they've come on and said the police have come on and said no, he's not allowed on racecourses. So he's been.
Wow.
He's got the double shebang. Anyway.
Michael Hawke's got the unfair barriers.
Yeah, well, I think we've got some emails about that later on, so we'll cover it in that.
Malcolm Turnbull. You'd like the Malcolm Turnbull. You'd like all that, wouldn't you?
Oh, I'm big Turnbull.
Are you big?
Oh,
you know,
massive
the, you know the
Turnbull.
amazing thing was that apparently they polled like a few thousand people for one word reaction.
Yes, no?
The one word reaction was relief.
Relief.
You know when you go and see a performance and it's torture, and the person up on stage is just cringeworthy, and you're just hoping it'll end for that person.
Yeah.
That's how the whole of Australia felt. Like,
Tony just.
fuck, can someone
Yeah.
just please put him to bed?
Honestly.
Yeah.
The only time I feel relief is that get that morning poo in before you shower of a morning. God, it's real. You beauty, that's how
Who hoses you down?
you can hose yourself then, exactly. Otherwise,
Really?
when I come to the track, I'll be under the race day treatment.
It'll be
Hold
the
on, an
back
arse
stalls.
swab. Wash down under
Oh,
shin
can I just say, our mate John O'Shea, great little interchange with Glenn.
What's happening is, has the Sheik Dead sent the first cheque for 10 million? He is so happy.
He was
John.
so happy. He even said hello to Glenn.
Hey,
Good-
Glenn,
good-
how
how you going?
How you going, mate?
Glenn
Today?
just-
He's parading beautifully.
yeah, Glenn said to him, how you going? He said, surviving.
Mrs. O'Shea, can you contact the show and tell us how much jumped into the bank? And
And Glenn said to him, he said, Glenn, or John said to me, oh, I'm just surviving. You know, and Glenn
the
said,
big
yeah.
cheeky look at his eyes.
Yeah, and Glenn came back, yeah, just like me, a couple of battlers just trying to beat the Medicare levy.
I am trying to do
I reckon John's paying for his own electricity though.
Yeah,
Oh, no, he
yeah.
probably wouldn't be.
Yeah, I mean, Glenn's got the problem with the personal life support there, you know, you
yeah,
can't turn it
you can't
off.
turn it off.
You
Can't turn
can't.
I told that story in a Melbourne function once. They just looked at me like I was completely mad.
Yeah, but you started it with, for all you people here supporting charity, I just don't get it.
And I actually don't get it.
That is the biggest rort in the world.
Oh,
It
yeah.
does seem
Absolute rort.
Yeah.
Does seem
Yeah.
outrageous.
Just back to the Peter Moody thing. Warwick Bar, great tweet. Has anyone started to put your Winfield Blues out for Moody hashtag yet?
Not bad, eh?
It was like a bloke. A bloke grabbed me the other day. He was on the side of the road near the hospital. When I told you I drove around the bloke, he was screwed on. He crashed a motorbike.
Yeah,
in the car,
yeah, you give
and
him a
I
drop it,
went
yeah.
round, and everyone. He said, "I saw you go round that bloke." And I said, "I never ran over him, did I?" Like if you crash on a motorbike in front of me, and you're out there, I don't care.
Red, we care about that. Rail true, play it as normal, Mark.
Yeah, was there the usual hoo-ha about, oh, Jesus, what's going on? Tear up the
Yeah,
track?
yeah, all that. And the bugbear from the meeting was the track was called heavy in the morning. They did an inspection at 6 o'clock or whatever. It just rained.
We've just got to get used to this.
Yeah, but I mean,
They're doing it all the time now.
But it's just we've had 28 scratches when we should
Yeah,
have had
I
12,
know.
and we lost
that's
Terra
the
Vista.
problem. we don't care about what they call the track, but we care about the fact that trainers care about what they call
Yeah.
the track.
Well, I think we've got to educate the trainers.
If Joe Pride
Yeah,
I think
has,
the trainers have to know
Yeah.
that.
So, was Terra Vista scratched because of the
Yeah, because of the
well,
really
if,
track.
if that's the case,
Yeah.
that's a
like
worry.
there was not a result on Saturday.
It's a heavy track.
They said a bogger.
No,
No.
like there's regulation results,
I'm suggesting it's probably worse around the back than it is in the straight, but I'm suggesting the straight's probably
but it's
dead
just,
to good.
it's a soft track.
Yeah.
Whatever they want to call it, soft
Yeah,
track. It's not a
exactly.
heavy track.
No, it was never. It was never
never
going
close
to.
to heavy.
Now this is where the rather
Do you think
than
we'd be better off just getting rid of track conditions?
yeah, just do your best.
You're happy to be against Terra Vista now, missing these 2 runs now, whatever it was, 1 run.
No, but I just think
So
you should
it's
wake up of a morning and go,
Oh well, make
look,
up, work
there's
it
been
out for
some rain.
myself.
It's rained for 3 days, and yeah, there's been some.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah,
don't really think we need it anymore.
the
It's
track,
just-
the track conditions. It's
the
rare.
we're racing at Randwick today.
That's
Okay,
it.
they ran
Right, but
1:10.6, or they ran 1:13.2 in
Yeah.
the 1200 metre
Yeah.
hours. Okay,
And they probably got the times wrong anyway.
and look, I think just get rid of the whole track rating system.
Just get rid
No
of it
change
all.
of tactics. No
Yeah,
track
just-
ratings.
No track
Do your
ratings.
best.
In
Put
fact,
him in the
you
barrier.
probably get rid of all those stewards' jobs.
Yeah. And then just have the
Do your best.
sandpapering afterwards for any bad performances.
Oh, we heard a good story about change of tactics just then. We'll have
Yeah.
to look into that.
Yes,
It's a
we
bit of a
will.
story.
We will.
I love those COTs.
Yeah.
COT.
Anyway, but you know, if you're going to call it, this is rather than worrying about Brent Zarafa things and things like this, maybe actually look at it and say, well, if we call the track heavy at 6 o'clock in the morning and by midday we know that it's not going to be heavy, why don't we have a look at the system and say the system's failing? Because how many? Just say the level was 12. What's the extra 16 scratchings just in that cost the industry? Because I'm sure Terra Vista would have taken a bit of
The only
money.
thing that's going to change things is if the tab sends the ATC bill.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, bill for scratchings. Yeah, why not?
Say, like, you've cost
Yeah.
us an enormous amount of money because you've
You got it wrong.
And I think it was Ray on the radio saying it's a conservative reading. I just
Well,
why say that?
you know what? You
Why
call it
do
7, and it so goes to soft 7. It's a lot different than calling it heavy, and you get less scratchings. We're in a wagering turnover game. Maybe everybody should be attuned to that. And if you're going to err one way or the other, err on the way that's going to be better for the wagering. Maybe.
I think just also nominate horses for races, and barring a medical reason, they're not allowed to be
I
scratched.
just wrote an article about that earlier in the year.
I
about
never read it.
It's very good, very
Yeah,
good article.
that if-
Probably came in your inbox.
Yeah. That if you know that basically you've got
You want to
you
race?
draw the line,
Yeah,
you
you
draw,
draw the
or
line.
you say that from the nomination time, if the tracks change 4 notches, then you can scratch.
And also, if you've got a horse that doesn't handle heavy conditions or whatever like that, it's on the day of the race meeting, let the form students work out the thing, put the jockey up, say, listen, this horse doesn't handle these conditions, don't knock it about. It might get beaten 29 lengths, but that's all right too.
Yeah, that's exactly. Still there.
And it's good going forward because the horse gets beaten 29
Yeah.
lengths, turns up 4 weeks later, the market,
That's
the
the,
market
that's thinking
working.
about the wagering thing side of things. Nobody,
You'll
nobody
be having
understands it.
conniptions going, oh yes, I'm
Chris-
so excited
Beaten
about
29
this.
lengths, there's a moral.
Chris Weller made a comment after Preferment won. Chris, it's obviously a tactical comment. He goes, "Oh, I almost scratched Preferment today." He goes, "I channeled my inner Bart Cummings, and you know what would Bart do?" Is what he said. But that's Chris has made that comment trying to hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
I think like they almost made me scratch a horse that could have won. The track
Yeah.
is obviously much better
Yeah,
than what it is.
exactly right. Preferment one
Well,
doesn't handle
you
it.
know, they're forgetting to look. How much rain was there? It was 14 mils.
It's 10 mils overnight, wasn't it? Yeah,
But
well,
it was, like, if they had that much rain in Melbourne, they'd be going, it's
we
a
just
4.
We just didn't.
Like
didn't order it.
they would be aghast.
Yeah.
Well, that's the reason I'm throwing it out there, getting into the track conditions, is because what I'm saying is, in perfect world, if you gave us exactly the right condition, keep the track condition, but if you just pull them out of your ass, oh, it's a heavy
Or-
8,
or a
slow
conservative reading,
4,
whatever that means.
Whatever, just don't give them to
Yeah,
us.
because there's
So
a
let's
patch.
work it out.
There's a patch between the 600 and 400 metres. There's a bit more
we
dug
can
up.
work the first race and
Yeah.
get a bit of a work out what's
Yeah,
going on.
if you're correct. Have 2 barrier trials before the first, and we'll work it out.
There we go.
Lovely. Feature race, Kermadec Raw Descent Portichet. Mark, I wrote it was obvious, but it was still exciting, I thought.
Yeah, it was exciting because Glenn was on Kermadec,
Yeah.
and so it was
Yeah,
sort of like
Glenn.
it was a test.
Glenn added to the theatre.
actually,
Theatre.
that might be a rule.
There's nothing better
Have
than,
to
than
replace-
a good clean.
Yeah.
A good clean's a pretty
Yeah, but that wasn't really good, Glenn. He was bumbling about.
Something
that.
happened
Yeah,
down
but
the back
he was
there.
never going to be bad, Glenn. It was a $500,000 race.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how bad you can be, you can't make up for the 10% of the $300,000 in the modern wagering world.
Yes.
No, it was always going to be good, Glenn, but then he bumbled along. But he's a cool cat.
Yeah.
He's cool.
Oh,
He's got a sense of timing about him, I'm telling you.
Oh, thanks, Ronnie.
Ew.
No, but when he walks along, you talk to him.
Oh, he's
told-
hard not to like.
He's hard not to like.
He-
He always says to me, "Oh, get there, Glenn." I go, "Oh, And I'm Glenn, not Glenn. Anyway, hello Glenn. Yes, hello. Hey, hang on. He can feel he wants to go. He belt a few kippers.
Yeah.
He's got that real South African.
He's actually the most normal person out of the jockeys, I think, is the best way to describe it. He's
it's
closer to
odd
normal. He's closer to normal than the other jockeys. The other jockeys.
Yeah, they can be. Yeah.
Yeah. Glenn's almost a normal person.
I have dull as normal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
He's still,
He's a good boy.
He's great. He's always been our man.
But James McMack, Christian Reef seems strange. What's that? Where's Christian gone? He's a great rider, But where is he?
He goes missing. Missing.
He's in the.
He just didn't come back from Hong Kong.
No.
He didn't come back from Hong Kong.
But I haven't seen him smile in 6 months. Doesn't give me a bake anymore. He doesn't give me a foul look. He's just like. Is he medicated or what's wrong with him?
I'm not sure.
No, legally medicated.
Probably. Well, lots of jockeys are.
Of course they would be. They can't eat.
Yeah.
On water suppressants or whatever they drink.
Cut that out, or is that okay?
I think it's a fair question.
No, is it?
No, he's got a history of.
Yeah, so I'm asking the question. He just doesn't seem. He was a gun rider.
Yeah. He just doesn't seem.
Before he left for Hong Kong, Christian Reef's on it, you said, I'm doubling the bet.
Yeah.
Now Christian's Reef on it, you go.
You put in your cross next to it. We mentioned how outstandingly tactically Gun was. Shiraz in the parade, Glenn. We've mentioned.
It wasn't the same, Dal.
Yeah, it was a really
funny
good.
because
really
Shiraz
good-
was heading in towards 2:30, and then all of a sudden the parade came back. It was 2:60.
Well, double handlers pulling on the. Oh, I shouldn't be telling too much here, but anyway,
Just
it wasn't the same.
it looked an unhappy horse. I
It
think.
did
the
look an
best.
unhappy horse.
Yeah.
It didn't look the same horse.
And
it raced accordingly.
And for that stage of the preparation, that's sort of almost the horse saying, "Leave me right out of this.
And
Give me a nice little
you
green
got to
patch."
imagine a horse over 1,200 metres. Let's say it loses 2.5 lengths. Well, it's not going to win.
Not in that. Not when it has to race to its best.
It wasn't. Yeah, if it's going to be its best, was it going to win the race by 3.5 lengths?
No. If it was at its best, it wins the race by half a length.
I think you nailed it from the yard, but I think we nailed it the Monday after its win, saying how hard it had to work in that section last start.
Yeah.
That was a real gut-busting win.
Yeah. What you
Yeah,
don't need.
and
What
also
you don't
different
need.
rider.
Yeah, that's
You
right.
had the
Few
bloke
off.
who rode it perfectly the
Yeah.
start before.
Yep.
He's getting all ready to be on Terra Vista. How much has his day been rode?
Oh, he'd love
and also
it.
there's no Terra Vista, and there's Karen, who's been riding particularly well, but it's a different rider. So it's a different vibe.
Yeah. Different vibes. Marbo.
That was one for the good guys anyway, that race. You guys nailed
I'm
it.
going to go Rebel Dane. You
Pearls. We
Big,
mentioned.
actually, big couple of days for G. Portelli. Mendelssohn and Next Level. And
next level at the Newcastle Lace Race. It looked a stone cold moral to me.
Yeah.
We had the dodgiest favourite. $8.50 they bet up at Newcastle. I just couldn't stop putting it on. Oh, it was a good drive home from Newcastle.
Good, beautiful.
I was parading well. Come on.
But, yeah.
Dallas are going to edit out this provincial talk.
Yeah. No, that's all
the
right.
premium racing channel.
No.
What do you mean? What do we
No, I'm having a
No,
talk. Pearls.
good joke.
Pearls top 10 for the day. Good.
well done again.
Sempre Libera was very good.
Yeah.
Paulie. I mean,
Paulie.
when you say Paulie Ridden, I suppose it was always in danger.
What about Gunn, who's ridden the perfect race on Rebel Dane, then comes out and rides the worst race ever on Sophia Rosa?
Nice type, Glenn.
Might be a horse in another year that it was.
yeah, at Katoomba.
Well, it needs to grow up a bit, doesn't it?
Yeah. Sort of like a quarter horse racing circuit, maybe, perhaps. I'm not sure.
Anyway, anyway, they did their job.
I mean, that's the thing. I
So
need to
excited,
check
can't wait
out
to
the
go to Warwick Farm
benchmark.
Wednesday.
The benchmark change for Pearls there.
Yeah.
It'll be like 67 to 92.
I was
They'll
thinking
have to-
62 to 92.
They'll have to retire it now, won't they?
Well, they just don't get it,
I wrote
I was a bit annoyed with Sam Clipton in that race there. Well, he sat behind him, he pulled out, he trucked, he let down, he got going, he got the money. And then he apologised to everyone for going too soon.
What?
After the race, yeah. He was saying, I had to apologise to him. I felt I went a bit soon on it. Just fucking win. You
Yeah,
don't
that's
need to
right.
apologise.
Don't be cute.
Yeah.
If you're Sam, don't be cute. Just get out there and try and win.
My friend's
Yeah,
got a nephew.
I'd rather you were
My
going
friend's got a
early.
nephew, and he's a little kid, and we were just having a drink. He turned up, and I said, I'll go to the races. You know what the little kid said to me? If you're not a winner, you're a loser. And I thought, you're 4 years of age, what a great comment.
If you're not a winner, you're a loser.
And just back on that race, what was Jimmy Mack doing on the stablemate of the winner?
Who was doing it? Leading, wasn't it?
Yes, he was leading
What was his
in
name?
46 and a half for the first
it called?
800.
Ottoman.
Second up, going up 200 metres.
It's a short course. Isn't it?
Short course, yeah.
It's not a.
It's just a horse, I think. It's a nice time.
Yeah, I know,
It's
but
just
going
a
that
type.
fast
Yeah.
on an unsympathetic track.
Yeah.
over an unsympathetic distance.
Maybe Black Pearls or...
Lake Geneva failed because the barrier did it, or?
Oh, yeah, of course it did.
Yeah.
What about that, hey? Just a great success story, isn't it, Lake Geneva? But
Go
maybe
on.
she was just burnt by her first preparation.
Possibly, or whatever's happening at Team Hawke.
Not only will I say never win another race, we'll never race again.
Yeah,
That's probably
it's
it
gone,
for
it's
it.
finished.
Darcy Wood, did it fail in the next race because of the barrier, or
race three.
in race 3?
What is Darcy Wood, fellas?
It's
1,000 metre first up horse.
indicative of the Hawke
It's
stable.
definitely
just
a
gone.
fresh horse.
But what's
And
what's
it wasn't
going with
fresh
the
enough
stable?
there. 3 weeks wasn't enough at this. What is the go with the stable? They're not really happening, are they?
No.
I mean, I backed horse Newcastle on Saturday because of Gerald Ryan's, because I thought, well, yes, this spot one's trial okay, but it did run 50s at Gosford. And there it is, 7-4.
There it is.
And it's Hawks.
Cassiano.
Well, you've got to love the fact that they're around at the moment, because
Yeah,
you know,
you-
like everyone's not dropping off like you are.
Yeah, obviously. Cassiano led paraded
Cass-
unbelievably. Really improved from Wong.
He's a
Cassiano.
bloody good trainer, isn't he, Jake Coyle? Like,
Well,
Cassiano lad was second up off a monster spell.
489 days.
Had the right lane at Wyong.
And had the race completely won from top of straight.
Yeah, I wrote
Had the race and actually had the race won in the betting, because
Yeah.
when they were backing, I'm thinking,
Yeah.
of course I've just been hard on this horse because it's second up of a long spell and it had the right, running at
Yeah,
Wyong,
yeah,
but
yeah.
of course it's just going to be.
Why are they backing that horse? What do you think? Is it stable confidence?
I can tell
or
you
what
why,
is
and I realised when I was on Dupem and on Darcy, who didn't participate, when I'm on Dupem and I'm coming out of the ruck and I'm thinking, I've got these horses just about, I've just gone, oh, duh.
Yeah.
I'm on Dupem,
Yeah.
and Dupem's no good.
Yeah.
It's won 2 races in midweek.
No,
shit.
it's trying its best.
It's,
It's doing its
it's
best.
doing its best, but you just go, oh yeah, I know. I saw it. That's when I saw it.
Yeah.
A bit late.
Are there any secrets to finding a horse that will actually do well after a big spell? Is it? Did they have a preparation? Did they go out? Or what are the? I know Complacent did that.
Yeah, I like.
I
I like him to try to get away with it as easy as possible first up. I think so. You know, like, and not be too much. Maybe 3 weeks between runs as well too. So look,
think the key is a good trainer.
Yeah, I think the horse that ran down at Wyong had that race won. And it's handy. as a
How many
horse.
trials did it
What's
have going into it? Did it have a couple of trials?
Kim Moore's horse,
Kim Moore's,
yeah.
Supreme Effort.
It's handy, you know.
Yeah.
Supreme Effort would have traded $1.08.
Yeah.
Cassiano got it, so maybe just took a lot of momentum.
That was beaching, just going back to the inside a while. He ducked right back to the inside.
because he had the race won.
How many trials did Cassiano Lab have going in? A couple, didn't it?
Oh, but no, I've got the shin cancer still.
Yeah, you're just cheering it though, aren't you?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
escaped my
that-
memory.
that's what
It was
I
at
always
least-
like.
at
Do you
least
like 3
two.
I think-
trials, 2 trials?
I think the
Could have
key to
been
that first
three.
up run is taking as much possibility of pain out of the first up run as possible. So yeah,
All right, we finished the show.
Sadler's Lake 2 wins on firm ground. Glenn. 2 wins not on firm ground.
Well, it's a progressive horse.
Going to be a lot better on dry.
Yeah, progressive horse.
It's such an interesting thing to watch Jay Cassidy there from Barrier 1. You know what he's going to do. He's going to box seat. But because it's a small field,
Yeah.
and you know all the other riders are going to shift off,
It's like they almost go. Oh, there's Jimmy Cassidy over there.
Mm.
He
Give him-
dictates to them on the wrong part of the
yeah,
track.
but they're all like they're always going to get off the rails. Like Jay Collard on hard tester, he's leading. What is he going to do? He's not going to stay there. So Jimmy gets the run, which you're going, well, that's still inferior ground, but they're all drifting off, so he's just drifting off with them.
He's your best.
It's quite funny when you just mentioned Jimmy, and I was just thinking back. Jimmy Cassidy has been riding for the whole time I've been following racing. It's probably the same for both of you too, isn't it?
For me, yeah.
It's amazing.
He's the same age as me.
It's amazing, isn't it?
So when he started
Like,
riding, he was.
yeah.
I remember him as a superstar young
Yeah.
kid. I winning on that
Kiwi.
Kiwi. And
Yeah.
I was around then.
Could you imagine?
I watched him the whole way.
Yeah,
He looks worse every year, and he looks at me and goes, "You look the same."
yeah.
Well, there we are.
It's just
That's
amazing.
right.
Can you imagine,
You know,
imagine if somebody following footy say, yeah, okay, on Ken Thornett was pretty good at the time and he's still going around on the wing for Parramatta holding his own. But, yeah, game's
It's
changed.
amazing. You're saying
like
there's an
Cliffy Lyon.
athlete.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cliffy
Yeah.
Lyons still playing or something?
Yeah, because I still play.
Dummy.
Yeah, Gasper between.
Gasper.
Yeah, the Gasper keeps me going.
You know,
Don't think I gave him up, I could go another
Tommy
10.
Renonica's tucking in at lock and putting it. Oh, there's Tommy's going around.
Yeah, he's going good.
Yes.
Going good, lost a bit of pace, but he's still pretty tough.
2 800-metre trials it had. That was it.
Two.
Yeah, it's
One
always
on,
that
a,
too.
one on a good,
Tommy
one on
Veronicas?
a heavy. Cassiano.
No.
Sammy
Yeah.
Cassiano.
But remember when we got into racing, Jack Thompson was still riding. He was mid to late 60s. Billy Kamer was very old.
Very old.
Lyle Weaver,
I
has he retired yet?
I still remember Ray Selkrig on horses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he won the 1961 Melbourne
We've got
Cup.
the bloke who rode Rogue still pushing around, Cyril Small.
Cyril Small, he's
Yeah.
still going. Yeah.
There he goes.
Yeah. Trainer of O'Reilly
Tony,
got going.
Tony Earhart is still going as well. I reckon
Oh
he's
yeah,
gotta be-
yeah, he probably was around when I was there. Yeah. These names you don't know, Matthew. Anyway, that's all right. Ruling Dynasty and Counter Attack the other winners. Any comments on those boys?
Good horse ruling dynasty. I didn't think it was as progressive
Yeah,
as it
yeah,
is, but
it
it's a
is,
strong,
it is.
it's a bull.
Yeah.
It's
It'll
a
be
bull.
better at 2000
And,
metres.
I missed
a big hello to M. Crookie who declared Sabcat. I thought that was a
Who?
particular M. Crookie.
Oh, did he? So good.
It was a particularly good tip, that one.
You left a lot in the
really
yard,
good
Mark. You probably, if it traded well, you probably get the money.
Right, so the end of part one, Del?
That is.